Ross, it's always good to have you. So the FAA lifted this temporary ban, and now these drones are back. Are you surprised, or were you expecting this?
Oh, good morning, Markie. Look, the simple fact is they're like the Thanksgiving and Christmas guests that never left. The story saying that the story suggesting that there was a decline in the drones is nonsense. You've only got to talk to New Jerseyites and New Yorkers. They say these things never left the skies. And as those mayors are saying, there are still hundreds of them every night over these neighbourhoods. And all they want is answers, because the FBI has basically said it doesn't know what they are.
Yeah.
And
so did the ban even help? Did the ban do anything,
No,
Ross?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. And the government's got no answers. It's as simple as that. And the public want answers. And indeed, the new president has promised to deliver one. So let's hold him to that.
You know, do you think this story has now reached such a fever pitch that you have all these private drone owners who are just adding to the chaos because they know that it's going to rile up local residents, media headlines? Is that what we're looking at here, you think?
Well, Markie, I can tell you that the FBI has been trying very hard to capture one of these drones. They've been trying to bring them down. They've been trying to find the source, and they've failed. So if somebody from the neighbourhood was putting up just a standard drone, they've been doing it very cleverly because the best resources of the US military and government have been unable to catch them. And that's why people are concerned. They describe objects that are 5 feet wide. In some cases, they appear to be changing their shape. They're doing all sorts of weird, anomalous things, and all the public want is answers, because they're concerned, whatever the government says and denies, they want answers, and they're concerned that it's a national security issue. And I noticed on the weekend, Senator Schumer, the former Senate Minority Leader, Democrat for New York, he also said the drones are back, and he too wants answers. He suggested the new president needs to explain what's really going on.
Yeah, a lot of people looking for that report that we were promised within that first day of being back in office. You bring up some video, some new images. There's this video that's been released, Ross, showing the glowing drones hover. We're playing it on the screen right now. Before moving, what do you and others in the UFO intelligence community conclude that these drones are and what they're doing? I get that we're not getting answers from the government, but what do your inside sources think?
Privately, people from government investigative agencies are telling me they have no explanation for these objects. They don't know what they are. And I find that quite incredible, because if you think about the hysteria that happened over the US in February 23, when a Chinese balloon flew across the continent, why is it that the government is so meek and mild now about what literally county mayors are saying is a nightly incursion of hundreds of objects that nobody can explain? It's the most extraordinary situation. And I think the public, particularly the tough-spoken people of New Jersey, they want answers.
Yeah, it's just the craziest thing, the story that never ends with no answers. UAP whistleblower Luis Elizondo recently wrote an article for thehill.com talking about how America needs a quote, whole of government strategy for these paradigm-changing technologies. What do you think that looks like, Ross?
Well, there's a definite need for some kind of overarching agency that gets to the truth of what's going on, not only with these drones, but also with the phenomenon of what's something the US admits is real, UAPs, UFOs. It's official policy by the DNI that there is, in fact, a mystery, a genuine mystery. These anomalous objects are being seen all the time, right across the world, and especially across military installations in the United States. There's been reports recently of anomalous objects hovering over some of the most sensitive nuclear weapons facilities on the US East Coast. And it's extraordinary because every time these get into the media, the instinct of the Defense Department and various agencies is to play it all down and to try and make it all go away. The suggestion came in mid-December that there was nothing to this, that they were all misidentified objects, aircraft that had been misidentified by hysterical members of the public. Well, New York mayors, New Jersey mayors, they're not buying it, and they're simply demanding answers and insisting that the government give an explanation. And if it can't explain it, it needs to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.